All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Saturday afternoon, a matinee edition, a KFTV postgame live presented by BetUS Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of KnicksFanTV. On today's show, it was a pre-Christmas showdown between the Knicks and the Bucks at Madison Square Garden, but it would quickly turn into a pre-Christmas beatdown as Dame and Giannis proved to be the 1A superstars in this one. And Jalen Brunson did do his thing, man, but it was little contribution for the rest of the Knicks supporting cast, and this Knicks team just could not get into a shootout with this Milwaukee Bucks squad. And when they're on, they're on. Chris Middleton will end up pouring it on in the end as well. And the Knicks get buried 130 to 111. CP the franchise, Alex Rotaros on the ones and twos. Let's talk about it. KFTV postgame live. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Oof. Beatdown.
Terrible.
Pre-Christmas beat down, Al. I hate this matchup. This matchup.
Sucks, man.
I've hated it since last year. Hated it.
Why do they do this to us too, man? Why is it gotta be the Bucks on Christmas? But I won't go there.
Yeah.
But anyway, how much do we have to watch this team just shoot 50% or better on us, CP? Can they just stop?
Smoked.
I mean from three. Like, this is just ridiculous.
So we'll take it to the top. So to everybody in the chat, happy Saturday, everybody, wherever you are watching from. Thanks for joining us for sure, especially during this holiday time. Group therapy, Al. That's what we specialize in times like this. But taking it from the top, part of the reason why I didn't like this matchup going in was because I didn't like Hartenstein having to start against Giannis and Lopez. Boom, right off the bat, he picks up 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. I said, okay, we're coming in, we're already behind the 8 ball. We're already backs against the wall. Now you take away your second best rebounder, your energy guy, your big man for right now. You neutralize his aggressiveness basically for the entire first half, if not the game. So he's a non-factor immediately. And then, away it went. Malik Beasley, I think he had 11 points in the first. And Brunson would fire back. But again, you're getting into shootouts with these role players. Not a good sign. But nevertheless, Brunson was doing his thing. It was an offensive showdown, especially in the first quarter. Second quarter, Greek Freak started turning up, activated, dominating on both ends of the floor. I thought in the beginning his defense on Julius Randle was great. Obviously, he took that on the challenge. Took on the challenge after Julius put 40 up on him in their last matchup. I thought the Knicks offense got a little stagnant, especially in that second quarter. But for the most part in the game, but especially started in that second quarter. A lot of stagnation. One of the things that was starting to happen in that second quarter when they put in that second unit with Grimes and Hart is they started getting takeaways. And against a good Milwaukee Bucks team, you've got to find your ways by any means necessary to get buckets. And trying to get takeaways, trying to get fast-break points while this defense is not set is one of them. And so I thought that was a good thing, but they just couldn't sustain that. Getting killed on the boards. Getting absolutely killed on the boards. Another weakness we knew coming in with Mitch out. And Porter started going off in the second as well. Him and Julius going back and forth. Third quarter, it was Giannis and Dame. And I would love to look at the stat sheet and see how many points and assists they combined for, or that were attributed to them. How many points were attributed to them in terms of them scoring or generating offense in that third? Because I felt like they put on a massive class. And then the fourth, Middleton just put the bow on top. And that was that.
The thing is, CP, is that in this game, mostly, you didn't even have Damian Lillard shoot that well, and it still was a tough night for the New York Knicks. Obviously, you said it at the beginning, right? We're behind the 8 ball. We don't have Mitchell Robinson. Isaiah Hartenstein within a minute and a half gets 2 quick fouls out, so that now you're down a rebounder. You're playing small. You have Taj in there, which is not the ideal situation. Okay, no Jericho Sims. And it just stinks, man. And then on top of that, the switch that you made with Dante in the starting rotation, you're giving up You're taking off an edge defensively. So Knicks have to come out rolling on all cylinders offensively. And for a team like the Milwaukee Bucks, did you see that stat, that graphic that they had? After the first 10 games, they were averaging like 112 points. After that, they've been averaging 129. This team, and look, they got 130 tonight. So, and this is just light work for this team.
Yeah.
And I felt like even in the fourth quarter, end of the third, especially the beginning of the fourth quarter, they were just toying with the Knicks, man. Like every time the Knicks started to chip away at it, the Bucks were just like, all right, let's turn it back on. Like Knicks would get it to like 6, 7, 8 points, whatever it may be. Bucks were like, let's turn it up. Let's get a couple of threes, knock this thing down. But the big thing for me, CP, after watching this game, it just comes down to the 3-point defense for the New York Knicks, man. I mean, we just give up way too many threes. Once again, I get it. You have Damian Lillard, Giannis Antetokounmpo. You have a plethora of shooters on the Bucks. But the fact that you can't eat, like, closing out was just abysmal today for the New York Knicks. The fact that you're not even like contesting a really good shooting team, or you're not adjusting to guard a good 3-point shooting team to give yourself a fighter's chance is concerning, man. It's really concerning because you're not going to have Mitch. We don't know, like, we know that it's like there's like it's kind of a mixed report, right, with whether or not he's going to be back or not. It's like they applied for the disability player exception, right? But at the same time, we don't know if Mitch would be back later in the season. It's still up in the air, really, what's going on with him. I'm looking at it as like, we're not going to have this guy back. And if you're not going to have Mitchell Robinson back as your safety valve, what are you doing on the defensive end to adjust for this team? Because they are not an offensive juggernaut, as we see. You have the Milwaukee Bucks role players again, CP, against this team, just shooting like it's no problem. And if you're the Knicks, you're a good 3-point shooting team. But when I watch it, it's like it's either really high highs, or low lows when it comes to shooting the three well. And that's why they got that nice percentage. You got to figure something out, because we're not that team that's going to keep up 100 to 130 points if you really want to make a name for yourself in this Eastern Conference.
I mean, look, in terms against the Bucks, I don't see the adjustment that Thibs is going to make to help this team defensively. They just don't have the guys. They don't have the size, and they don't have the defensive, if you want to call it skill set, whether it's physical. I mean, every single time at the point of attack, they're getting broken down. They're breaking down Brunson. They're breaking down Hart. It don't matter who's out there the perimeter, man. Like, Dame is snaking through two guys. Like, they're getting crushed at the point of attack, man. You watch that third quarter, it was a masterclass between these guys, between Giannis and Dame, just taking their time, picking us apart. And then, you know, on the other side, when you're tossing up long threes or they're getting rebounds, they're out in transition. So they're the team that is the aggressor there in getting those extra possessions and catching defenses offset. You know, they outscored the Knicks from fast break 22-11. So you're getting smoked from three, 48-27. You're getting smoked in transition 22-11. I just don't see it. I just don't see it, man. Like, they don't have the defensive willpower to stop teams. And this is why the Bucks pour it on their head every single chance they get. Because they're elite stars, superstars. You can't stop them when they get going. Then you got Portis going in. Malik Beasley going in. How many holes? How many holes you gonna plug? You cooked. You cooked.
There's a lot. I get it. There's a lot of problems with this team, CP. I get it. This is where you see when you're a good team and not a great team. I get it. I get that. But still, at the end of the day, you got to roll with what you got. And if you're going to roll with what you got to figure out how to adjust. You got to look at what you got and just say, you know what? Let's try this out. We've been doing the same thing now for 3 games against the Milwaukee Bucks, okay? You have a poor shooting night from Damian Lillard. He was struggling. He's only 6 for 16, CP, from the field. It's not like he was carving us up like offensively. Yeah, he had his assists, of course. It makes it easy when you have Giannis and everybody else knocking shots down, so it's easy, okay? But at the end of the day, if I'm the head coach, I got to say, all right, can't stick with drop because it's just not working for us. Do we just keep guys out in the perimeter because the closeouts weren't working today?
Bro, what are you gonna do? You're gonna put Taj at the level? He's 40. He's gonna get cooked. Like, bro, like that's what I mean by we just don't have the manpower, bro. The team is undersized. They have no wings.
So you rather just watch this team just go down and smokes against the Milwaukee Bucks, just trying what they're supposed to be doing on a night-to-night basis.
That is their game plan,
tinker with
bro.
anything? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Bro, you can tinker all you want. They got destroyed. They're not in their class. Tinkering is not going to help this team, bro. They got destroyed, bro.
I can't.
Bro, they got destroyed. Then look at this.
I can't go out like that,
Bro,
CD. I cannot go out like that.
Not only that.
I can't watch a team just be like, oh, we're going to keep doing the same thing because it's just laying down then. They're like, why even show up? Why even show up for the game then at that point?
They're just not there, man. Look, they shot 44% from the field, 31 from three. Look at RJ's numbers, bro. RJ's been abysmal since he came back from the migraine. Look at RJ's numbers: 5 for 17 for 13 points. Chris Middleton was eating his food, bro.
I didn't think he deserved to play the second half.
Right. I mean, they get Portis 23 points off the bench. What IQ do? IQ was supposed to match that. IQ 2 for 8, 7 points. You're at home. You know what I'm saying? Like you're at home. I mean, RJ's been brutal.
Hey, there's no doubt about that. He's been brutal. I don't know. I'm just a competitive person, CP. I'm going to try everything in my wheelhouse to not go out like this. That's all I'm saying. It's frustrating. I'm more upset that we're just getting smoked by the Bucks every single time, man. And it doesn't even look like it's a competition.
It's a bad matchup, bro. It's a bad matchup. I've never liked this match. I forgot who we were talking to, man. We were talking to somebody that was like of note, you know, somebody notable. It was like, yeah, it's a great matchup for the Knicks. I've never liked this matchup. Their two superstars are way too dominant for our soft defense.
Oh, it was Rohan. Rohan was talking about this.
Yeah, maybe it was Rohan. I was like, bro, I don't see it, man. This is not a good matchup for the Knicks. Never has been.
The thing is, in the past, we play them tough.
Right.
But it's not. The thing is that we are not on the winning end even after you play them tough.
But the thing is, it's like, bro, like you need so much to go right for you. Like you need your big three to all have great games. You got to get out, win the rebounding battle. I mean, they got smoked tonight, 55-41, which we knew was going to happen. So you're already at a disadvantage, right? And then from three, the way they can get going offensively, there's too many holes in the ship, man. We going down. We going down.
I'm too much of a competitor, CP, that I can't try something. That's just who I am. That's just who I am.
Look, maybe things change on Monday, and you know the Bucks misfire, and maybe it's RJ and Quick. They start to turn up. Like it's a make or miss league, and maybe they give it a more valiant effort. But when the Bucks are at their A game, the adjustment's not going to help. We just not there.
Davon, I see Davon Shaw. Shout out to you in the chat. I see you. I get it, man. I get it. We are not in the Bucks league. I hear you 100%. There's a way. We always talk about this. There's a way that you can. There's ways to winning, and there's ways to win. Like how we broke down. What was it against the Detroit Pistons? Like how we won that was a win. Sure, you got it, but it was an ugly win. I did not like the way that we won. But there's some losses where I'm like, okay, I know we're not in the Bucks league, but if I just want to know that we're close. That's it. I just want to know that we're close. That's all I want to know. And the fact that that's all I need to know in this matchup. I don't expect us to go in a 7-game series against the Milwaukee Bucks, man. Close. I want to know how close we are. And it's just, to me, it just hurts, man, that we're not that close.
We're not close, man. And that's where, you know, all that superstar talk, like, yo, we're not close. That we need a lot of help. We need help, man. We need help. But another thing that that I didn't really like. Again, but would it have helped or not? I don't know. But the big ragu was cooking early, man. And
yeah, he was 2-4.
And the thing about the guard rotation is, yeah, you could appreciate the depth, but like, there's too many stretches where like guys like a Dante or guys like an IQ go missing because you have to get Hard in there. You got to get Grimes in there. You got to get RJ. And like, it didn't really make sense, especially in that third quarter. I would go to him earlier. Like, there's too many stretches where it's like, because you have to go through your rotational patterns, like down the line, IQ's got to get this, Grimes has to get this at this minute. You know, you don't see Dante from the start of the third to like mid-fourth. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, look at that. Now CP's. I know you said it at the beginning of the season, but now, here you go.
Yeah,
now you're critiquing
it's
the guard rotation, man.
Bro,
it's very rare where I hear you critiquing the guard rotation, like, ooh, why didn't you do this guy, this guy?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, man. It's a double-edged sword. Like I felt like Dejounte. The energy that he came with to start the game, you needed that. You definitely needed that.
This is a flaw in Thibs that it's recognizing when a guy has it and letting him roll, man. Yeah. And that is one of his biggest flaws. I tell you, I'll go back to that Austin Rivers game against the Utah Jazz. It's just got to figure it out. It's like even against the Celtics this season, you had Grimes hit three threes in a row in the third quarter. I'm like, then you don't see him for the rest of the third or the fourth. I'm like, what are we doing here, man? He was just knocking down three. So why'd you pull out your hot guy to put in somebody cold?
Yeah.
It's stuff like this that's mind-boggling. That's where I'm like, yo, can we make some adjustments? I know you don't want to hear it, CP. I know you don't want to hear it. I'd rather go down with a puncher's chance than just roll over and say, hey, it's the Bucks. It's a bad matchup. It's what it is. We're probably going to lose. Can I at least see something at the end to say, hey, we're thinking here, we're trying here? That's all I need at this point, CP. I know we're not going to beat the Bucks team. I know we're not. And when it comes to the Celtics, man, when they're fully healthy, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Especially without Mitch. I get that. But for crying out loud, can I see something that we're just close? That's all I need to see. But look, man, we already know about the rumor with Dejounte Murray. I'm going to ask you this right now. Just get right into it. Is this a guy that we need? Because you talk about the plethora of the guard rotation. You talk about, hey, it's hard to figure out quickly. Dante, Grimes, everybody else, even RJ if you want to throw it in there. Do you upgrade, get Dejounte, say he could be your point guard, Brunson be your shooting guard? Doesn't really matter. They can both work the top.
Yeah.
He's 6'5". He's shooting the three ball really well on high volume this year. 37%, close to 38 on 6 attempts per game. Is that a guy where you start to package up some of the guards and say, you know what? Let's get a guy who's going to play 32 minutes. We're okay with the offense. And if you got to switch it where you're saying, you know what, Brunson, you're used to playing off ball. We're going to have Dejounte control the rock because I think that's what he needs to do based on what we've seen with Trey and Dejounte down in Atlanta. Would you do something of that nature for this team right now?
I'm going to hold off for my answer until later on in the show. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. I'll leave it as a cliffhanger, man. CB the franchise, Alex Retars on the ones and twos, KFTV post-game lives. Knicks lose, get smoked by the Bucks 130-111. Let me salute the super chats in the chat, man. The Rhyme Animal, Chuck DL, franchise channel member, $10 super chats. It definitely feel like we lost twice tonight. They're forest of smart trees. However, every year Miami finds a way to chop those trees down. We got to figure our culture against them. Miami is planning. You got a point there. The art man, formerly known as Steve, $10 super chat says, we need a wing. RJ Quick and the bench didn't pull up. Difference in the game is a three-point shooting. Knicks couldn't hit anything. Call the Wizards about Kuzma. He wants Kuzma. Call Detroit because their team is on the block. Okay. So it looks like Steve wants, think he wants to pack RJ's bags. I'm not sure if he wants Kuzma in addition to RJ, or is he looking to pack RJ up? It's tough night at the office for him.
After tonight's game, I am
probably
the calls about RJ are going to be interesting, man.
Yeah. 657-383-1509 is the number to call, or you can hit us up on the KFTV Discord. Let's go to the phones, man. Here what the people got to say. 917, what's your name? Where you calling in from? Merry Christmas. Merry Nixmas.
Yo, it's AJ from Brooklyn.
Oh, man. Fellas. Right on cue. Holidays. Right on cue.
No, I'm not going. No, I'm not just coming for RJ. What I'm coming for is all the young players. Pause.
Okay.
Listen.
Wow. Yeah.
All of them as a whole. When did we just say, again, not just RJ, he's not the only issue. Mm-hmm. When did we just say these young players are just what they are? They're just not it. That's not just RJ. I'm talking Quickly. I'm Grimes High. I'm talking Grimes. I'm talking Mitch. When did we say we're never going to take the next step with this young core? When did we just say maybe none of them are ever going to take a leap? Maybe they're just role players, which is okay, but it's never going to get you anywhere. If you told me tomorrow we're trading all the young players, I'd be cool with it. I wouldn't lose a minute of sleep. They're not it. All of them. All of them. I'm not just coming for RJ. Again, it's not just him. Is it an issue, though, that he's in year 5 and he's not even a third option? At least a consistent one, sure. Is it a problem that quickly is great one game and then terrible the next 2? Is it an issue that Mitch was in year 6 and still can't post up? And I'm Grimes 5. Is it an issue that he gives you 0 points that time? Like, there's going to come a point where we're just going to say, let's just stop waiting for these young kids to do what? To be role players? Let's just do something. We got to do something. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got, man. Merry Christmas.
Yep, same to you. Holidays, same to you, bro. Same to you.
Appreciate it.
JJ from Brooklyn. You figure times like this, he would pop up. We don't have any screeners today, but it's that type of energy, it's that type of vibe. That type of vibe. What do you guys think in the chat? Rate that call in the chat, man. Are you with JJ from Brooklyn, man? 1 being trash, 5 being facts. We're on a pre-Christmas edition of KFTV Postgame Live. A not-so-merry Knicksmas for the Knicks faithful right now, Al. This was a bum night. A bum night. They made us gather around the TV at 12:30. We got Christmas shopping and stuff to do. We took our time out of the day, and they got smoked. He's tight.
Don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Hey, and what makes it even worse, CP, is that we got to play them again in 2 days.
Yes.
On Christmas.
Yeah.
Guess what time? At noon again.
At noon. Even earlier.
30 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Good God.
So that means I got to get my mac and cheese in the oven earlier than usual. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a little
extra.
extra.
You seem a little upset about that.
Yeah, because then you got to put it back into the oven later on before dinner time. Like, usually I put it in, you know what I'm saying, right before. So you don't have to do that, right? You just put it in, boom, 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 and then you can leave it out as it's cooling down, ready for dinner time, straight to the table.
You're 10 steps ahead. You must be the mac and cheese expert in the household.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's legendary at this point. Yeah.
Legendary?
Yeah.
Hopefully all of the KFTV staff members can get some at the holiday party we're throwing.
My cooking channel, Cooking with the Franchise, is coming out probably Q4 24. That's one of the goals. That's one on the board, on the goals board for 24.
Yeah?
Yeah, Cooking with Franchise coming out.
We're going to be Emerald over here? That's it?
Yeah, after a while, you got to spread your wings. Next thing you know, you got your Foreman grill out.
Just instead of bam, you go, here we go.
Boom. We cross genres with it. Yeah. There it is. Next thing you know, me and Oprah on TV, hawking grills. It's franchise.
Let's sit down with Oprah. Okay.
Franchise grills.
Franchise grills.
Franchise grills. Get your 50 burgers.
Are they going to have like embroidered? Tell me the logo is JD with a spatula.
With a chef hat and roasting Thibs on a
Oh, good God.
Oh, my Lord. Cooking with Franchise 2024.
And here we go. There's some seasoning.
Hey, listen, man. Just do it. No Nike. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. A little levity on this pre-Christmas edition of the show, man. It was a bum night.
I just got one more question. One more question. On the grill, will it embroider CP or is it going to be a big franchise all the way across?
Franchise. Franchise.
I like it. Shout
out to Orly Enriquez, Al, the franchise channel member. Salute to Orly. Just joined us today, 2:44 p.m. Eastern Time. Shout out to Flizzy Flex. Junior Karoma says, Merry Christmas, CP and Alex. This loss is on Thibs. 3rd time playing this team. Still no adjustments. And I love Thibs, but no adjustments. He also says, Star J haters blame the poor kid for no reason. We know he's in a slump, but even if he had a good game today, we'd still lose because the matchup is bad. Yeah, but if he had a good game, you wouldn't really be pointing to him as part of the loss. he was terrible, man. He was terrible.
Hey, man. If he, what do you have? 13 points?
Yeah, he was bad.
5 of 17.
He was bad.
You give us another 6 efficient shots, we're potentially winning this game.
Yeah.
You could say that for anybody, honestly. You could say that for him. You could say that for Quick. You know what I mean? Josh Hart. Get some more shots from Grimes.
Yeah. Young Kobe in the chat says, CP don't do no deals with Oprah. Yeah, I forgot about that. And yeah, it's not a name that you want to mention on the algorithm. Not right now. Shout out to, we got Artman Steve. We got Rhyme Animal Chuck D. Salute to Leon Johnson. He's on the eggnog heavy tonight. Willie Cruz, $5 Super Chat says it's time to make a move. Too many mediocre guys. If we had another big-time scorer to help Randall and JB, we'd be good. Okay. He's over it. He says Becky was right. Back to the phones we go. Say what the people got to say. 774. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hey.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. I'm calling from Brockton, Massachusetts.
Brockton, Massachusetts. Where's that at? Where's Brockton at?
It's south of where I live. It's about 30, 40 minute drive.
Heart, man. I'm from New York, bro. I'm from New York, born and raised, but I live out here now.
All right.
Hey, I'm right there with you, bro.
Yeah, see, that's my guy right there. I love you guys.
Yeah.
I just want to bring up that I think we have a great team. I love my team. You know, I die for my team. The thing is, I just think they need to go out for dinner, communicate with each other, understand what the assignment is, and they just need to figure it out between each other.
Okay, so you figure like just go out, a couple beers, a couple scotches and whatnot, some cigars.
No beers. I want them to be focused.
Okay.
I want them to be focused. I want them to go out, do something for the city, but like have a conversation with each other because you got to know the strengths when you play in a Milwaukee team. I see Randall, you know, sometimes when he doesn't score, he gets knocked out. You know, he doesn't play defense. But, if they would have just rallied around Brunson and let him be the dominated scorer and help him get open, and you know, because he was the only one that really had success today. Yeah. So if it was like more of that, them working with each other, knowing the assignment, just understanding the you know, what's the assignment today. Okay. And I just felt like they wasn't on the same page today.
Okay. All right.
I love my team.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Well, you know, one thing, whether they were on the same page or not, I didn't feel like the ball movement was good today. I didn't like it today. It was Brunson, Randall, my turn, your turn. RJ, let me get in this. You know, wasn't good. And a lot of the times, it's when they get stuck in the half court as well, man. You notice in the first half, it's very slow pace, very slow.
Yeah.
And that's why they can't win that game against the Bucks in the half court. They've got to push the pace, try to get mismatches, you know, on even numbers on the break, or try to get takeaways and generate offense that way. And that's part of the reason why I thought RJ also struggled, is because they weren't playing fast. You had him stuck in the half court where he's out there just forcing shots around. Not a good recipe. I didn't like that. Yeah, I mean, he's saying that they should have rallied around Brunson, and Brunson was fine. Brunson was fine. You look at the supporting cast, RJ, Quick, Hart, non-factors. Hart, you took Hart out the game in 2 minutes. Non-factor for the whole game.
Your role players got to step up, man. Like, this is where, at the end of the day, like, you can have your two stars, and they're going to carry you because they're consistent along the way. But what tilts the game is your role players, right? We see that every series. Like, go back to the Heatles, right? How many times are we talking about Mike Miller, right? We're talking about Mike Miller, Shane Battier, and all those guys are like, oh, look how they did this. Whether it's a rebound, a 3-point shot, you talk about Birdman, how they can tilt the game in that way, right? Of course, D Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh are going to do the work. They're doing most of the heavy lifting. But you need your role players to step up too. This is what happened against us. You got the Bucks role players stepping up. You got Bobby Portis, their 6th man, going 9 of 14, getting you 23 points. Malik Beasley going 5 of 9 from downtown. That's where you need your role players to come in, man, and be helpful in this regard. The difference is, like, they got a legitimate 3. They got Willard, they got Giannis, and Chris Middleton's look like Chris Middleton again.
Looks great. He was cooking RJ today, man. I mean, cooking him. Shout out to Abdul from San Diego, $10 super chat. Merry Christmas, fellas. Today was a tough one to look at. My wife thought I was crazy watching this game at 9:30 a.m. He's out in Cali, all to get smoked. Now I have to go run errands with my Knicks gear on. Damn, he got a full day ahead of him. So he got up, watched the team get smoked. Now he got family obligations for the whole day. Probably got to do Christmas shopping and all of that. It's tough. It's a tough way to set the tone for your day. You know what I'm saying?
Very tough.
Yeah. It's a tough one, man. Hang in there. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new. We'll shout you guys out. CP and Alex on the ones and twos. Who else we got in there? Shout out Paul Quick. Paul Quick, salute. Formerly of the West Coast Road Warriors. Ron Severe in here. Too much ISO ball. Yeah, I'm with Ron, man. Let's go back to the phones. We got 347-542. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Hey, what's good, CP? What's good, Alex? Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Cool. Yeah, my name is Marvin. I currently live in Bay Ridge, but I'm from East Harlem.
Okay.
And was I bugging for thinking the Knicks were going to win today?
No, I mean, not necessarily. You know, I mean, look, sometimes teams have bad games, but the last two games you ran up against with this team, they've been on point. And when they're on point, you're not in their league.
Yeah, I think I should have laid off the FanDuel this time.
Well, we don't represent them here. We represent BetUS Sportsbook. So next time, go to BetUS Sportsbook. Use our code. Hit the link in the video description. And you're going to put into deposit match 125%, man. Yeah.
Gotcha. So I'm going to get that going. But anyways, this is the first time calling in. I watch you guys after every single game. I appreciate the both of you. I think we'll land in the 4th or 5th seed. And if we stick there, we'll go past the first round.
Wait, say that one more time.
I think that we'll land 4th seed, 5th seed, and if we stay there, we'll get a team that we could get to the second round with for sure.
Okay. Certainly hope so, man. Thanks for the call. Happy holidays, bro.
You too.
All right. Okay, so to everybody in the chat once again, and as our guy on who just called said, support our sponsor, man. BetUS Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of KnicksFanTV. You can bet on your overs and unders, your parlays. You can bet on the game lines. You know, Knicks came into this game as a 2.5-point dog. If you would have took Milwaukee on this one, you would have won some cash, depending on how else you would have structured your bet. So with BetUS, you have a ton of options to choose from. They offer safe, secure, reliable customer service, and most importantly, fast payouts. So go to BetUS, and you can hit the link in our description or hit it in the chat. There's a link going around in the chat, and they will match your deposit of 125%. A 125% bonus match on your deposit with BetUS, the official sportsbook of KnicksFanTV. Okay. All right, back to the phones we go, man. 347. What's your name? Where are you calling in from? Hello? Yes.
You hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
What's up, Steve? It's Devon, man. I'm from the Bronx. I can't believe this game I just watched.
Yeah.
RJ is my favorite player on the Knicks, man. But I feel like Chris Middleton is the boss. If you can't outplay Chris Middleton, man, I don't think he got a future on his squad, man.
He's an all-star, man. He's an all-star. He's a good shooter, good player.
I feel like he will be an all-star. It just won't be for the Knicks. It just won't be for the Knicks, man.
Okay. All right. Hang in there, man.
I do think we're going to end up with 4th, 5th seed.
Yeah.
And we're probably going to be a second-round exit. But until we get, like, a real wing on this team, man, it's – like, I thought it was RJ, but it's not, man. It's not, man.
Okay. All right. Appreciate the call, man. Hang in there, man. It's Christmas time, bro.
Of course, man.
Yeah. All right, man.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
Appreciate it, man.
Peace. Hey, down and out, Al. You know, down and out, man.
Do you still believe in RJCP?
I'll let you know tomorrow.
Oh, God.
Do you believe now? How many times do I got to tell you, man? I'll let you know tomorrow. I go day to day. That's it.
You still haven't answered my Dejounte Murray question.
You see what happens on Monday. We'll see what happens on Monday. That's all.
You still have not answered my Dejounte Murray question.
Okay, what's the question? Ready?
All right. Are you making the trade for him? Are you packaging most of these guards to go get Dejounte Murray?
What's the trade? You see, the thing is, like, the quick thing is very much a wild card. The quick thing's very much a wild card. Like, what you're asking for from Dejounte Murray, are you not getting from Quick? Not to say that you can't have more than one of those guys, but, like, you know what I'm saying?
Fair question. I guess the bigger question is Quick going to stay around? Do you think you're going to keep Quick around here?
I think they could. I think they will.
They could.
Like, I don't, the San Antonio thing. Like, is there a team out there that's really looking at sinking in, like, over $25 million a year to make Quick the starting point guard? I'm still not convinced about that.
Would you pay Quick $100 million for 4 years?
With the Knicks, yeah.
You don't think another team would want to do that?
Doesn't mean he's going to stay here. Right? Doesn't mean he's going to stay long term. But for what he does for the Knicks, yeah, I give it to him. I like Murray.
Paul Quick, I see you in the chat. You're asking why would I do that? I'm not necessarily asking what I would do that. I'm asking because those are reports that are saying the Knicks have been monitoring Dejounte Murray.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
I like him. Look, you need wingspan and a lockdown defense next to Brunson. You need his protector. Whether it's at the 3 or the 2, you need that guy. Dante's cool. He's not a starter. Let him be a bench guy and come light it up off the bench. He's not a starter. He's been in the league for mad long. If he was a starter, he would have started already. He's a nice, fill-in, competitive, smart role player. Role player. Like, you got to lock down that that 2-guard spot, man. The problem is that he's coming in and he's giving you more life than Grimes. And his Grimes looking more and more like a bench player now. So if that's the case, you can make a case to go get Dejounte Murray. But I got to keep one of those 2 guys on my bench. I need some firepower. Like, if I'm going to trade Quick for Dejounte Murray, I can't trade Quick. You know what I mean? Like, I need one of those guys got to still be there.
Well, Dante's going to stay here. I think it's more like the way I always look at the Dante signing was that it was also insurance for Emmanuel Quickly. You gave him a $50 million contract for 4 years. Quickly, they haven't extended him yet.
Yeah.
I think they're obviously going to see what his market rate value is. That's why they're letting him go to restricted free agency. They couldn't come to a deal. But it was also insurance to say, look, if we lose a guard off the bench who can handle the rock, we got somebody in Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm asking is that if you're the Knicks, and not saying that you couldn't pay Quickly and give him that same amount of money and have him on this team, but are they going to start Emmanuel Quickly? Because that's the other thing he's looking for too, right? He's looking to be a starter.
Not this year.
You think could he be a starter next year?
With this team?
With this team. You have Brunson, Quickly, RJ, Randall, Mitch.
Depends on what you're bringing off the bench.
You got Dante. I don't know what the rest of the bench. You got Josh Hart.
You got to go get another. You got to go get another point guard. You got to get another point guard if you're going to start Quick. Definitely need another point guard. Go get Ish Smith or something. No, I'm just playing. No way.
You want to just make Clyde happy at this point?
Yeah. Yeah. Look, obviously, you'd love to get Dejounte Murray for sure. Do I see it happening with them? No. No, definitely not. I think the Hawks are going to go out and get Siakam to add to that. I don't see them trading Dejounte Murray. I think they go get Siakam by the deadline. They got to add to their defense, not subtract. But for the Knicks, yeah, you need a solid 2-guard, and you still haven't solved that. The wing is all over the place, man. Between RJ's inconsistency and no real wing threat, and your 2-guard, plays more like a bench player. Still got holes at the 5. Still got holes at the 4.
I don't see the OG Anunoby thing happening with Toronto.
Never. I think the
So
Pacers,
then who's the
the
wing out
Pacers
there
need
that
to
you're
get
going
him.
after?
I think the Pacers need to get him. Can't really see it right now, to be honest. I'm sure Kuzma's gettable. I'm sure he is. You want to go get Kuzma? Get Kuzma and Dejounte Murray?
Where am I putting Kuzma at the 4? Are you back? Is he your backup big?
Well, no. I mean, if they
Or do you
really
start
want to
at
shake
3?
things up, they're trying to trade RJ.
I like Kuzma. I think he's a really good scorer. He did play some 3, but also at the same time, he was playing next to LeBron James out in the Lakers. There's not somebody who's like LeBron James who's that switchable and versatile on defense for the New York Knicks right now. If we had somebody, say if like you had a Pascal Siakam playing the 4, right? I'd be more inclined to say let's put Kuzma at the 3.
Right.
I would do that. But because we don't have that, and it's Julius, you got to think
Him
of
and Julius in that front court with
It would be
with Hartenstein. Good Lord. Good Lord.
Can you imagine Mitch out there? Mitch would be like, yo, man, can I get some help?
You'd have to change the team name to the New York Matadors. You put Brunson in there, Kuz, Julius.
Matadors. Just turnstiles, baby. Turnstiles.
The
what they got in the
turnstiles.
subway.
The turnstiles. Where the subway token is.
Go back to that New York Knicks token token logo. That's
Yeah.
what you got.
No, I would definitely go get Dejounte Murray. Absolutely. But
I'm just saying, if you got to put,
I don't
if you
know.
got a plethora of guards.
I think they're still holding. I still think they're going to hold on. And a lot of you don't like how the spider thing works or looks. I still think they'll go try to get him.
The thing with like Dejounte, right? And I it's interesting, and I think about it because we have the plethora of guards. If you can stagger him between the second unit and still have Brunson. And the thing, like, I know people are gonna say, well, it's not working with Trey and Dejounte in Atlanta. Trey doesn't play off ball, okay?
Yeah.
Like, and Dejounte is not necessarily the best off ball player. Brunson knows how to play off ball. Like, he had to do that with Luka, and he thrived doing that down in Dallas.
Yeah.
And we see at times, even when it's Julius or anybody else, he can go relocate and do all those things, and he's fine. That's where I'm like, the intrigue in Dejounte Murray actually isn't too bad of a fit, in my opinion, next to Brunson.
Yeah.
You know, if you really were into the whole Drew Holiday situation, then this shouldn't be even too far off because you get a guy who's better at offense.
I think he'd fit perfectly.
And defense, he's legit.
I think he'd fit perfectly.
Like, I don't look at Dejounte's issue because of him on the Hawks. I look at it as a Trae Young issue, personally.
I think he'd fit perfectly. I just don't feel like they're going to trade for mid-tier until they exhaust their options with Spider in the offseason. Like, after that, I think that's the last one where you're just like, all right, if we can't get him and we're kind of stuck in this holding pattern, then we might have to think of a shakeup. We might have to move RJ. We might have to, find Mitch's replacement, or they might have to do something to shake things up and get a little spark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really wish they could find the wing, man. Like, that's really the issue. Like if you replaced RJ with like a competent wing, just a 3-and-D player, right? It's a difference maker on this team. Like, completely changes the entire outlook of this team, because then you could just switch, like how they do to Jalen Brunson, right? You just put a wing guarding him all day. You could do the same thing if you were the Knicks.
Right.
Like, if you had McDaniels on this team from the Timberwolves, difference. Team is different.
True indeed, man. Al, I want to shout out Perry G. $20 super chat from Perry G, man. It says, happy holidays to you guys. Peace, love, and continued success to you and your families. Sick of RJ. 5 years, same issues. Can't depend on him. Jalen outplays Dame again. Definitely a 1A player. Need size around him that can shoot. All right, salute to Perry G. Flamethrower Al, his first super chat. $5 super chat says, we're okay. Tough schedule to start. Need length at the 3 and a backup 4. Like to get players like Ingram and Siakam. So he says we're okay. Then says we need 2 vital positions. And then throws out 2 names that they probably can't get. Shout out to Flamethrower, man. Keeping that dream alive, man. I like that.
Siakam, what was the other name?
Ingram. And Brandon Ingram.
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah. Yeah.
The way Pelicans are going, they're more likely to trade Zion and keep Ingram and try that.
Right. Yeah, that's it.
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
Siakam could leave a free agency if they don't trade him.
Yeah. I see either Hawks or Indiana getting Siakam by the deadline. That's my guess.
So if he goes to the Hawks and he hates the Hawks, he can leave a free agency and then we can go get him, right?
Yeah, somehow.
That would be a good pickup.
Yeah.
He could play. He's more versatile to play the 3 and the 4.
Yep. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up on the free boys. CP and Alex on the 1s and 2s. We got 1,000 people in here. Let's get those likes up. Let us know how you guys are feeling, man. Let us know how you guys are feeling about tonight's effort, man. What do you guys think about tonight's effort? And speaking of the thoughts, let's hear from the coach of the New York Knicks. Here's Tom Thibodeau on tonight's effort. It's courtesy of SNY. Let's hope that the volume is good. Sometimes the volume is kind of trash. Let's hear it.
Yeah, they got a lot of weapons, so you got to fly around. And there's times where we did it, times we didn't do it as well as we should have. But every aspect of the game we were a step behind. So whether with defensive transition, usually we're a very good rebounding team. We didn't rebound the ball, so we didn't score in transition ourselves. So just a low energy type game. So we got to bounce back.
Yeah, low energy type game, Al. Low energy type game, and he talked about it. They got smoked in transition 22-11. Their transition defense hasn't been good this year. 3-point defense. They got outgunned 48-27. They got smoked on the boards by damn near 15. I mean, I don't think, if you look at the stat sheet, I don't think you'll find many wins from today.
No, and the thing, CP, and shout out to Rohan Kati, who did the game of the week preview not too long ago when it was the in-season tournament, Knicks versus Bucks in that quarterfinals knockout round. The Bucks are not good at defending in transition too, which is what's so strange. Like, this is a chance for the Knicks to really get out and push the pace, and this is where I'm just asking for like a little bit of change, man. Like, this is a team that doesn't really defend well, so why not just go and feast instead of just playing the half court on a night-to-night basis every time you face them? It just doesn't make any sense. And on top of that, they're not good at scoring off of turnovers. Like, the Knicks are better than them. And it's just, I feel like I know you can't gamble all the time, like try to jump the passing lanes against this team, but I feel like there's way too many opportunities missed where the Knicks could just have someone leaking out, especially a guard. And Ihart's good at throwing those passes down the court.
Yeah.
Like, why not do something in that nature and just say, like, go into the game plan, like, look, guys, let's just try to figure out how to get open looks, easy, quick points, and put the Bucks on their heels defensively and force them to do something. I don't know why they wouldn't go into, like, I don't know why they wouldn't try to exploit one of their weaknesses. We saw that they did that against the Suns. Suns couldn't do anything when it came to guarding the paint. And we saw them do that against the Lakers. Lakers are another team that can't guard the paint.
Yeah.
And not a good rebounding team. And they went out there and they beat them at one of their weaknesses. The Bucks has weaknesses. And these are actually strengths the Knicks have.
True indeed, man. And as we looked at the stats, here's Josh Hart on today's game, and the inequality in terms of the stats today, man, just out of balance, man. Here he is.
Stats don't really mean when you're losing, man. It really doesn't, and you can't play for stats. You can't be so consumed about stats, and obviously we're in New York. You're going to get talked about, and if you have good stats, you're going to be talked about well. If you have bad stats, you're going to be talked about badly. But at the end of the day, you can't play for stats, or you can't make the pass that you think is going to be an assist. Sometimes you got to just make the easy pass or stuff like that. You might get the hockey assist. It's not going to show up, but it's successful. And at the end of the day, no matter what, you want to win. I don't think anyone can tell me how many points Jokic or Jamal Murray or Michael Porter Jr. how much they averaged last year, but they got range. Like that's at the end of the day, the stats don't mean anything. And we can't play for stats, or we can't play to get stats. We got to play to get wins and play together.
What do we think? I mean, stats aren't everything. I agree, right? Stats don't tell you everything.
They don't.
It doesn't necessarily tell you, effort or intention or yes, stats can tell you a snapshot. Eye test can give you a snapshot. Like everything, you got to put everything together to get a complete picture, and it's still all subjective, just in terms of how you felt like things went. But I think with certain stats, when they trend over time, it kind of tells you who you are. And now without Mitch, they're a bad rebounding team. Their 3-point shooting defense has been bad all year. It's been bad for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things are trends. And I think that's where stats matter. That's what stats show you. What you're also seeing on TV is just as bad on paper.
You want to know a stat that tells me a lot? 17 assists. It tells me we love to go back. Like, you can tell when the ball's really moving for this team, and you can tell when they're just stuck in isolation. I didn't have to watch this game to see, when I see 17 assists, saying, oh, it was a lot of my turn, your turn basketball today. And this team is like the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where they either moving off ball really well, cutting and sharing the rock, and everyone's knocking down their shots, or this team is, you know what, we'll rely on Brunson and Randall to do most of the heavy lifting, and then it'll be my turn, and then it'll be somebody else's turn. I mean, look, you keep a look at that second unit, and it was like Quick took a shot. I think it was I think Hart took a shot too. I forget everybody. Like there was just too many, like, I'm gonna try today. RJ did. It was RJ and IQ. It was three possessions in a row. I was like,
bad
what are
shots.
we doing, man? What are we doing? And it's just stuff like that. And then you just see, iHeart trying to pass, set screens, and let the game open up. And it's like, nope, I want to take a shot. It's an IQ shot, or it's RJ just trying to bully the paint. It's stuff like that, man, where that's where stats tell you, like, hey, this is how we're doing. Yeah. The reboundings today, that you got out-rebounded. But you're usually a top rebounding team, as you noted. Didn't work today. You shot the 3-ball poorly today. Tells me that there was enough spacing on the floor. Like, what else stats do tell you something, but I get it. He doesn't want to hear it. He's angry. I get it. I get it as a player. Like, they don't always want to just go by the numbers. They want to talk about the entire game, like what you could have done better in the moment. But at the end of the day, like, stats do give you part of the picture of what's happening on the court. And I think you just have to accept that as a player, even when you win or lose.
Let's go to the Discord. Oh, it's happy holidays. Let's get to Rambo on the Discord. Rambo, what's good? Rambo, mute your mic. Rambo, going once.
Oh, am I crispy? Can you hear me?
Crispy and clean. Let's go.
Listen, that's why I had to come to the Discord, because I needed y'all to hear me.
Yeah, we need people on the Discord, man. Eventually I want to get rid of the phones altogether. The Discord is where it's at, people. Join the Discord and call in from the Discord. Rambo, go ahead.
Man, shout out to you guys, man. Salute, man. I don't call in every show. I don't catch every live show. But you know what, man? Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to KFTV, because they're on all audio podcast formats.
Everywhere.
My preference is I'm on that every day. I'm at work. I'm listening to you guys. I'm listening to these callers, and all I hear is a whole bunch of PTSD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get it. I know we bad right now. This isn't that. I know the Bucks shout out number, man. The Bucks is my most hated team right now. I'm not even gonna play with you guys.
Yeah.
That NCAA tournament got us with the Bucks so many times. I'm tired of the Bucks, man. But you know one thing I do know? One thing I do know about my team, man, that I got Laker fans on a payment plan. You know why? Because my team don't go back-to-back losses. Okay? Only twice this year.
Let's go.
Only twice. And both of those times, the Bucks were involved. Okay? So I have a big revenge game coming for y'all Christmas. Okay? Y'all need to relax, man. Y'all got to hear me out right now. Y'all know what Thibs is. Thibs is a high-floor, low-ceiling coach. We're going to evolve from him. But newsflash, we're also going to get another year of him. And that's just the truth, man. These rotations, we're gonna be complaining about them. It just is what it is. But after that year, man, hopefully we get somebody good. We send him to the scouting department because we love a Thibs guy. Whoever says they want Kuzma here, relax, okay? We're creating a culture here, and he doesn't fit our mold, okay? We want dogs over here, okay? We don't need none of that. Listen, I'm not even going to knock him down like that because I don't do that. We're talking about the Knicks right now. I got a lot of flowers to give out, man. I ain't worried about a loss right now.
Let's go.
But last year, we were talking about the play-in. Oh, we're going to get the play-in. But then we made it in the second round. This year, look at us now. We fighting for home court advantage. Deal with this loss. Don't get it twisted, fellas. We're taking care of business, you know? And I'll be real with you. If you listen to any other media outlet besides KFTV, stop it. I'm tired of the Kennys. I'm tired of the Beckys, man. I'm tired of hearing about them, man. This show is for the fans, by the fans. Hear me right now, bro. This is where you get all your Knicks content. It's nowhere else. You don't need to be nowhere else. You're going to know exactly what's going on right here, okay? We got CP. We got Alex. Come on, man. Stop.
Let's go.
We need nothing else right now, man. Okay, now I got a lot of flowers to give out. I'm gonna make it quick, man.
All right.
Organization, I love what y'all doing.
All right.
RJ, 85% from the field goal. All right, that's it from free throw. He warms up with the weather. He's the Jamaican team. I gotta go, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all up.
All right, please. Rambo from Tampa in the building. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. I think we got to nominate Rambo as a caller of a night of the day nominee.
Of the day, not the night.
Yeah, I don't even know what time it is. I'm in between, man. It's 4:00 on the East Coast. Seen a lot of 5s, man.
Yeah.
He could be a unanimous winner. We'll see if there's any more challenges. You got to come with fire takes. Come through with fire takes to get nominated.
So you said today was a bum night, right?
Yeah. Bum night, man. It's bum night.
You know you said not too long ago, right?
What?
This team usually comes back with better effort.
Yeah.
The next game.
Yeah. Monday. I'm expecting it.
All right.
I'm expecting it for sure.
We're going to need a masterclass performance from Brunson and Randall because I don't know what we're going to get from the rest of the crew.
Yeah, well, you're going to need the rest of the crew. I think that's part of the problem, you know? Randall's matchup is going to be tough. It's going to be tough. You know, the Greek Freak is the Greek Freak. And you drop 40 on the Greek Freak, you don't forget. He remembers everything.
Even when Mario Hezonja stepped over him.
All of that, right? And it's Christmas, so his matchup is tough. Brunson, not so much. Brunson should be able to have his way.
That's who we need, CP. We need Mario Hezonja back. The King Stopper.
Oh, man.
The Greek Freak Stopper.
Let's go. Who else we got in the Discord? E on the Discord. E, are you there?
Yes. It's Eric Ellis.
Eric Ellis.
Long time.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Well, I mean, not as good if they won, but
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's freak time, as they call themselves. So it is what it is. It is what it is in my mind. Like, it's really tough. But I want to double down on what Rambo was saying, basically.
Yeah.
And also nominate him as well for Call of the Day.
Okay.
Because a lot of people are, like, getting over their, over themselves, thinking, like, oh, my God, we didn't lose to Milwaukee. I mean, we didn't win to Milwaukee. Oh, my God. But go back and look. Like, we only dropped the game to Utah, and we dropped the game to Washington. And we beat the Heat. We beat the Clippers one time. We beat the Lakers. We beat the Suns. Like, we're stealing games right now. Like, we're coasting to, 50-plus, in my mind. Maybe I'm bugging. If you think that's curses and jinxes, plug your ears, everybody. But, I'm feeling super, super good about the season right now. As rough it is to get blown out. But I feel super good about it.
Okay. I mean, look, it's a good way to look at it, right? If you're looking at the macro, how it pertains to this season, right? The grand scheme of things, you want to make the playoffs. You want to win as many games. As Rambo said, they're in the fight for home court in the first round, which are all good things. But on the other side, for the negative Nancys, You're now looking at what 0-6 against the Bucks and the Celtics. You're looking at the cream of the crop. You didn't see Philly yet. Embiid is going crazy right now. Like, ultimately, you want to beat the best, man. You want to beat the best so you could dream some more. Remember those calls we used to get last year? We'd be like, yo, we going to the Eastern Conference Finals. And people jumping out. We haven't jumped out the window this year yet.
I have not jumped out the window.
You know what I'm saying? We haven't jumped out the window yet. Like, people, we
got to get back on the window.
We got to we're not even on the ledge right now. My window's
I'm
closed.
on the windowsill right now.
It's closed.
You're on the windowsill?
We gotta unlock the window. It's locked. They're like pushing it. It's locked. You know what I mean? It's not budging. That's where we at.
You wanna beat those teams, man. They were able to beat the C's last year. You know,
they beat the Cavs 3 out of 4 times. They beat the Heat 3 out of 4 times. They beat the Celtics 3 out of 4 times. They split with Philly.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like those, like CP. This is where
they beat the champs. They beat the champs.
They twice.
Yeah. Well, when Jokic wasn't there, I mean, a real game against the champs in the Garden.
I get you, but still,
I was there. Big game.
Look, I know you were there. I was. We had like 3,000, 4,000 people tuning in that day. That was an afternoon game. That was a matinee game.
Yeah.
Look, but I agree. There has to be like a game. Like if we beat the Bucks today, it's like, okay, maybe we're not that far off, right? Because that's what these games say. It's like, maybe we're not that far off. And those games last season said, oh, we're not that far off. You know, like when you beat the Celtics 3 out of 4 times, you do it twice on their own court.
Right.
That says, yo, I want that matchup. Like Celtics fans were not feeling it last year. We're like, nah, I don't want to see the Knicks. I don't want to see the Knicks.
Yeah.
But now they're like, look where they are.
No problem.
Right? And if you look at the standings right now, anyone who tunes in and looks into the standings, like your top 3 teams in the East all have 20+ wins. Everybody else under 20. Your fourth best team is the Magic with 16, and they're 16-11. Then you got the Heat 17-12. Knicks right there who are 16-12. Like it's a dogfight just to be 4. The 3 are set.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just in a class. They're in a class of their own right now.
5 of 11 versus 500 and above. You know, 11-1 versus below, which is fine. That's taking care of business. But you 5-11 against 500 and above right now. So I think
this is where I wonder, like, what is this front office going to do, CP? Because they've been really good at being patient and waiting for that right player to become available that will take him to that next level, right? But are they going to start? Are they going to start thinking like, hey, do we need to make a move because you look at the guard rotation?
Well, it's like Junior Caroma said, those teams got better. You got to make a move.
But are you doing it Are you doing it in season?
Well,
are you doing it right now before the trade deadline?
The challenge is, what is the move to stay on point? It's not there right now. Like the Dejounte Murray thing is nice, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like the Celtics and the Bucks have gotten better, and they were better last year than the Knicks.
Or is Justin Termini? Are you looking at Lauri Markkanen as a guy that you're saying, hey, do we really knock on Danny Ainge's door and see what the asking price is and say, do we go after him?
It's gonna come a time when that's gonna have to happen. But that's the challenge. You know? That's the challenge.
It's like, I don't see... Like, the Knicks have been really good at the trade deadline making marginal moves around the edges.
Right.
At this point, that's not going to cut
That's not going to help. That's not going to help.
This is not the year where you can say that is going to cut it. So, this is where
there's no more of those moves to make.
Like, and you always bring up Dolan. Is Dolan getting antsy saying, you know what? I want to see something happen. Like, if I were him, I wouldn't want to. I'd be a little bit patient. I'd say, let's go into this offseason, see what happens. But definitely after next offseason, right? You make the playoffs. Let's say you do it 3 out of the last 4 seasons. Great. You're on a great trajectory. What's that next step? What's that next step to say, I'm going to be a championship contending team?
Hardest part. Even Philly's gotten better.
Is it, do you go after an established big name, or do you take a big swing on a young player on a team that maybe have to do a fire sale like a Detroit Pistons? Is there somebody on the Pistons team that you're like, let's take a big swing on, say, let's say Cade Cunningham, right? Maybe you say, hey, let's go after Cade, see if new change of scenery for him.
I think the Spurs. I think the Spurs should go get Cade. I think the Spurs should go get him.
Okay.
Just talking.
Is there any teams like that where you say, what would you rather do? Go for the young player to see if they got the major upside and within the next few years, or would you try to go get somebody established?
I gave you my sleeper already.
I know you said LaMelo. I get that. But he's just, to me, he's not really a sleeper.
He's definitely a sleeper. What? He's a sleeper. Nobody's talking about LaMelo to the Knicks. Only me.
I mean, I'm talking about as like a star, CP. I'm talking about as a player that hasn't really done anything yet that you can buy low on.
Yeah, we haven't as a collective ecosphere. We haven't burned the LaMelo to Charlotte Bridge. We haven't burned that. You haven't seen the reports like LaMelo's got to get out of there. You know what I mean? Like we haven't tried to destroy that relationship yet, like we try to do everybody else's. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Is there anybody else outside LaMelo?
Did you show what my guy Kelly Olynyk did the other night?
Oh, good God.
Did you see what my guy Kelly Olynyk did the other night?
I'm asking for stars, CP, not glorified role players.
I'm just trying to bring reinforcements in here.
How bad do you have to be?
Would you rather Kelly Olynyk or Taj try to give it a go?
At least we're not that bad. We're the Detroit Pistons and you just get your butt spanked by Kelly Olynyk.
Hey, you got to get ready. That's what Kelly showed you. Hey, I'm here to play. That's what I like. He said, this ain't playtime over here.
You go get a Jeremy Grant to play the 3.
Oh, God.
You ask Portland.
So to everybody in the chat, man. This is not the way we're supposed to spend the holiday weekend. Save this for next week, man. Save this for next week. Let's wrap this show up soon. Nick's on the Discord. Nick's, let's go. This ain't the way. These are the regular, normal days we do this, man. We got plenty more time. What game number was this? This was game number 28. All right, so we got what we got? 24 more games. I mean, 44 more games.
Probably.
We got 44 more games to do this, man.
I'll see you on Monday.
I'll see you on Monday. I'll see you on Monday. Nick's on the Discord. Nick's going once.
Can y'all hear me?
Loud and clear, man. What's your name? Where you calling in from, God?
What's up, man? It's Mike from Michigan.
Mike from Michigan on the Discord. I like that. Good transition, man.
Had to wise up. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So real quick, just wanted to talk a little bit about, and I know other folks have probably talked about it, but I just really feel like sort of the two keys right now in my mind is, I mean, how do we get RJ back to how he was playing at the beginning of the year? Because I just feel like he increases our ceiling so much. And I mean, that either makes him more viable for a trade or it just increases our ceiling overall. And so
Yep.
I don't know what it's going to take for him to get back to that, but we need pre-migraine RJ back for sure.
Yeah.
The second thing I'd say real quick is, there's a lot of thoughts in the summer about who we may acquire. And I think that's important. But I think we need to focus even a little bit more about who can we acquire through the draft and actually develop to be sort of that third piece with, if you still have Julius, Jalen, and Julius. I think if you look at all the championship teams recently, it's going to include at least one homegrown star in your top 3 guys.
Sure.
I mean, I think that's salary cap wise, but just also I think it just it plays into how you sort of establish that identity. And I don't know that we're just going to be able to acquire, player acquisition our way into being that team. Even with the Heat, when LeBron went there, it was Wade County still. You had the homegrown guy.
Yep.
So, if RJ's not going to be that, we got to think about when at some point can we draft that person. And we've had the near misses, like the person just before, just after turning into that guy. And we draft a bust, like when we drafted Kevin Knox, and the list goes on. But I just think the Knicks got to really get whatever picks they keep, because we have 4 of them. If we trade some of them, that's fine. And maybe one of them won't convert. So if we have 2 or 3 picks, if we make at least one of them, you got to hit on that pick. Appreciate you guys. I'll listen on the other side.
And D Nice 77 in the chat kind of hit on it. Like, he's absolutely right. Like, they need to get back to the draft and lean on Walt Perrin and try to find a diamond in the rough. And even though they don't feel like, the prognosticators will say that this draft isn't all that great. Look, they say that about every year. And then all of a sudden the Jalen Williams comes out of nowhere. Like, hopefully they can find a guy like that. Can they find the Herb Jones? Can they find a Trey Murphy in the 20s? Can they find the next Herb Jones in the 20s? Can they find an upperclassman, a Jaime Jaquez that you could stick right into your lineup and be ready to go? Like, they don't have time for projects, but is there a upperclassman type that is plug and play ready, came from a good school, good head on the shoulders, very smart, that you could just play and go put in and play a role? I think that's the type of player that they need in the draft. It's not going to be any projects. It's not going to be somebody who you got to wait 3-4 years before you figure out what his ceiling's going to be. No, they need a high floor players that's ready to go from day one. But they got to try to get back into the draft, man, and try to find that talent, because you have to exercise all of your lanes. And trading can't just be the only lane. They don't have money to go get a guy. And so right now, it's like trade or nothing. They got to go back to the draft.
I mean, I've been asking that for a minute, because you're going to need new guys coming in through the pipeline, right? You got Quickly, who's going to be a restricted free agent. I believe, what was it? When did they extend Grimes? Grimes got one more year? Yeah. I think Grimes got one more year on his
Let's
contract.
nominate Mike from Michigan to call it a night nominee. So we got Mike and Rambo. TM, Mike and Rambo so far. Good.
Nice. So you got Grimes, who will be in the last year of his contract next year.
Mm-hmm.
Sims, I believe, will be in the end of his contract next year too. You got Hartenstein exiting in the last year of his contract now. So you got to figure out what you're going to do. Center.
You got Mitch injured.
You got Mitch injured.
It's a lot of little issues, man. It's a lot of little issues.
So teams got to go back to the draft, man. But there's we talk about exercising, maybe you go see if you can go get a Trey Murphy, right? Maybe you can go see if New Orleans will going to wheel and deal around there as well. So
yeah,
because what you said, CP, and what's sticking out to my head, and think about who this head coach is. If Tom Thibodeau is going to be leading this team, right? You identify what type of player needs to come in and be ready. Seasoned college player, 3-4 years, doesn't need a lot of training, can go.
We don't got time to wait around for you to get it together.
But isn't that what you're asking to? That's why I feel like this is why I'm saying why you have to go look for a young player who's on the upside and make that type of swing, because you got somebody like Thibs
another Brunson. You need another Brunson. But again, but this is why, how much does luck play into this?
I mean, because it was a lot of things, bro.
Right, but it was Dallas's own stupidity that they were even able to get Brunson like that. I'm just saying, you're right. Luck plays into everything, but it's like, damn.
Look, you gotta be lucky to draft somebody like Quick. You gotta be lucky to go.
True.
They got lucky with Julius Randle too, right?
That's true.
New Orleans, who and didn't force down there necessarily.
Yeah.
So, this is where you got to do your due diligence as the front office. But when you talk about looking for somebody who's seasoned, so I'm looking. That's why I brought up who's that young player. Go take that swing on, man, because you're not going to get an established player on the cheap.
True.
You got to go look at these teams that are struggling, like in New Orleans, like in Detroit. Somebody who's in that gray zone. Like, I have no idea what's going on with my team. I got to start making moves because we're panicking. And if you're like New Orleans because you're panicking because you look at Zion and he's not doing what he's supposed to do, maybe you can go get somebody else. Maybe you can go get a Dyson Daniels, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's all. That's what I'm thinking, man, because they do need to draft. I agree with you 100%, but also knowing this head coach, look how long it took for Quick to even be really I know he got minutes as a rookie, but he wasn't even a factor really in the playoffs his rookie season.
It wasn't last season.
But this was his own doing, right?
Yeah,
this is his own doing.
Yeah.
That was the head coach's doing, saying, "I don't really trust you yet because you're too young."
Yeah.
There's a difference in that.
So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. I'll take a couple more and then wrap, because we got another one on Monday. Area code 207. What's your name? Where you calling in from? 207.
Hello?
Yes, hello. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
Hi, CP. Yeah, no, this is Duane from Portland, Maine. I'm a diehard Knicks fan. Have been since 1973.
Nice.
Been in the chat before. I'm always in the chat, but I haven't been this evening yet. But I got to say, I want Siakam. If we can trade RJ for Siakam, I love RJ. He's all upside. He's going to be a great player. I know it. But you got to trade quality for quality. I want Mitchell. I want Siakam. People say Mitchell's undersized. I don't care what people say about Mitchell being undersized. They're saying the same thing about Barrett right now. Mitchell has got intangibles. He comes to the Knicks. He wants to play for the Knicks. He wants to play for us.
Yeah.
He comes to us. I swear.
Take it to another level.
We will win we can win a championship with him. But we got to get. I think right now we got to get Siakam. We have assets. We got draft picks. I mean, I don't want to say, okay, give up on the season. We got draft picks. We can stand pat. We'll see what we can do. No, we have to make some sort of a move so we can be competitive this season. And I really Mitchell and Siakam. I'm all in on this. I think that those guys would be absolutely. They would be impact players on this team. And if we could get those guys by trading a combination of draft picks, I love IQ. Don't get me wrong. I love RJ. Because I see the potential in RJ. But, man, if we could get Siakam, we need him in the middle. We need him. We need a wing who can defend, and we need Mitchell. I'm sorry. We do. We just do.
Okay.
And we can win.
Appreciate the call, man. Dwayne from Portland, Maine. Stand up. Let's go, man. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Dwayne says, go get Siakam. What do you guys think, man? I just don't think any Raptor trades are realistic.
Not with the lawsuit.
Not when they're throwing mud from over the border. Ain't no way.
But it's nice to hear that there are fellow Knicks fans calling from New England. We had someone from Brompton, now someone from Portland. Come on, people, call in.
We're from everywhere, man. Where are you guys from? Where's everybody tapping in from, watching today? Throw your cities, your countries, your flags, your emojis in the chat. Let us know where you guys tapping in from. I know some of our friends from across the pond got to be watching now. It's got to be, 8, 9, 10 o'clock over there. And then our guys out in Australia, it's early morning. I don't know. They might be rocking with us, maybe later. They'll probably be replay gang.
They're probably better off sleeping than watching the game today.
Yeah. So, well, let's see where the people are tapping in from. But in the meantime, let's go to it. 919, what's your name? Where you calling in from? Oh, man. Nah. We got to do that intro over, man. You got to call back. We can't have your line static. Either try back on the Discord or hang up and call right back. So we got to get you in here properly, man. Can't have the static, man. It's too important. All right, we're gonna wait for him to call back. I don't know if anybody heard that. Well, we got to make sure that call is back crystal clear in HD. So we're going to give him a chance to get it right. Area code, I think I went to 207 already. Was that Dwayne? 207, what's your name? Where you calling in from?
That was me.
All right, no doubt, Dwayne. Peace. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was Dwayne again. I got no screener tonight, man.
Nah, that's just funny. Nah, that's me.
Yeah. Let's see, where's everybody checking in from? We got Jai Ram is checking in from Melbourne, Australia. We got Flyboy Kev checking in from Vegas. Eric in from Austin, Texas.
Edwin L from Winnipeg.
Let's go. We got Lawrence Smith checking in from CT, Connecticut. Stand up. Who else you got in there, bro?
I see Juan from Charlotte. Ooh.
Salute to Juan, man. Jay Rose listening from CT. Muhammad Mustafa, salute to Muhammad, man. Flushing, Queens. Muhammad, did you get your Brunson 50T? I didn't see you on the list of customers. I didn't see your name on there. Muhammad cops his merch, man. Shout out Young Kobe in here for sure. Nunez checking in from Fairlawn, New Jersey. Payback, my guy Payback is in Fort Lauderdale. Okay, so we all over the place, man. Alex Hyde says, morning from Darwin, Australia. I don't even know where that is, bro.
No idea.
Paul Quick, we're up in H-Town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hit Paul Quick. Paul Quick had moved from the Cali crew, and he's down in H-Town. I said, yo, what's going on in H-Town? He was like, yo, it's cool, man, but I got to get used to it because everybody's got the strap on them. I say, yeah, you better do the same. It's the OK Corral down there, man. You better.
I got family down in H-Town, so
yeah. you better strap up down there, buddy.
You gotta move correctly.
You gotta move correctly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Keep one hand close because you just never know. Things might start flying. Shout out John Lodresos, London, England.
Nice.
Yeah, salute to the bruvs. Okay. Father Peace, Peter Mason's in Italy. All right, nice flex. That's nice for the holidays, man. Christmas holiday in Italy, man. I got to go to Italy, bro. I haven't stamped it on the passport yet.
I'm surprised.
You been there?
You call yourself. Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Nah. No.
That's by your hood, man.
Yeah, I've been to Greece.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Italy.
I gotta get to Greece and Italy.
I've been to Greece, have not been to Italy.
Yeah.
Gotta get back to Greece. Gotta go see some family.
Yeah. Get the strap. Absolutely, man. That's one thing they know. A couple things they do well in H-Town. They'll feed you good, and they are strapped.
One minute you'll be eating barbecue, another minute you'll be eating a bullet.
Yeah. Eating slugs if you're not careful. You better watch how you moving. Watch where you put your car, everything. Paul Quick, already, always ready. Absolutely, man.
We got Shaw France in the chat from South Korea.
Yeah, there we go. All right, back to the phones we go, man. 919, what's good, man?
Did I get any better?
You loud and clear. Copy.
I just want to say shout out to everybody. Blessings, health, and happiness to everybody. Hope everybody in the greatest form of health. Hope everybody's in a great position to do for your family. And if you're in a great position, you can do for somebody else. Try to do something for somebody else too. I just want to say real quick, I'm not going to speak upon the game or anything. I'm coming at a different angle because this man needs to be recognized for a lot he done throughout his whole era of KnicksFanTV. And I just want to say off top, thank you to CP himself. Thank you for you creating the closer, for you giving me an opportunity to be the voice and who I am today. It's a lot of people that you don't let, that brought forth, that went to different places. Shout out to Dave, wherever he at. Shout out to, a Wonder Woman, wherever she at, But I know what you done for Jay Boogie is untouchable. As of yesterday, Jay Boogie became a contract vendor to the New York Knicks.
Wow.
And if it wasn't for CP and Knicks
Clap that up.
TV, I would never be in this position. I would never be in this position, ever.
Congratulations, man.
I just wanted to let it be known. I appreciate it. But without KnicksFanTV, without the fans, without everybody else, Jay Boogie couldn't be who Jay Boogie is. So Jay Boogie said, I love and appreciate everybody that's always been, rocking with Jay Boogie, supporting Jay Boogie, getting my music, reaching out with me. I do it hard for the people, and I'm going to always continue being hard for the people, That's the only way I know, I'm always going to be the closer. I'm still the closer. This is not a retirement for the closer now. I just want y'all to know that in the chat. Not retirement for the closer. I'm always going to be the closer. That is stamped. That is stamped. But I must let it be known where this man has opened up doors and gave me the opportunity, and I put my feet down and ran with whatever opportunity he gave me to try to go further. I remember a day when I was like, yo, CP, won't you be my manager? He was like, yo, I'm too busy. And I understood that, but I didn't let it stop me. So you don't allow anything to stop you. You always know that you're your own roadblock in life. You're the only one that can stop yourself. Pursue when you see your dreams and reach out for it and grab them. know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Hope everybody having a blessful holidays. Let's get up out of 23 and let's get to Kobe 2024. You know what I'm saying? You deserve to have another year, and I hope your next year's better than what it was this year. And I know everybody had a great year. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Shout out to Alex. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, the boss man CP again. Shout out to everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Edgar behind the board, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody that went somewhere and didn't want to come back and say where they, you know what I'm saying, where they came from. Shout out to you too. We love you too, man. But most important, CP, thank you for everything that you done. Thank you for the opportunity that you open for me and everybody else and other people who opportunities you are opening up that you haven't, you know what I'm saying, related yet. More things that come. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's.
J Boogie. That's how you close the show, man. We got to give it up to him. The new caller of the night, man. The return of J Boogie with great news. An official vendor of Madison Square Garden and the New York Knicks, man. Last year, it was just about, was it a year ago? The Christmas. No, it was the playoff anthem. He had the playoff anthem at MSG, man, on the Jumbotron and everything. So this year, taking it one step closer. The closer, ladies and gentlemen, man. The closer, man. He's been rocking with us. You know, sometimes you go into the archives and you find like random clips on your computer. You're cleaning out your computer, you find like random show clips, and it's just like J Boogie from like the early days, man. And so, you know, it just goes to show you how long he's been rocking with us. We've been doing this for 6 years, and he's been there for, you know, six from the early interviews to everything, man. No, matter of fact, it was the Oakley interview. I was listening to the Oakley interview, and after the interview, we would take calls after that. And J Boogie was one of the callers, man. So that was like pandemic. That was a couple years ago already, man. So congratulations to J Boogie. That's a win, man. That's a win, man. The closer moving on to bigger and better things, man.
Absolutely. Congrats to J Boogie, man. Salute to you, man, for all that hard work, too. Spitting out bars like that ain't easy. And so we all know you had to put in the work to get to that moment. And look at that. When opportunity meets hard work, man, that's a beautiful thing.
There you go.
It's truly a beautiful thing.
There you go, man. Congratulations once again to J Boogie. Everybody in the chat, throw some 5s in the chat for J Boogie. Throw congratulations in the chat for J Boogie. Throw some happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrating, Festivus, all of that. Throw all of that in the chat, man. We got to end on a good note as we head into Christmas, man. Tough night for the Knicks, but it's always a win for KnicksFanTV, man. Look at that. Oh, unscripted, but we end the show on a great note and a positive note. Let's do it, man. Great job, man. Great show.
Right back at you. Bro.
Yeah, man.
We do. It's a lot of fun, man. I just have fun doing this.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's salute the rest of the super chats before we go. Brock H2P says season could be a lost cause without Mitch. Doesn't help when you're not getting close to the same production from Josh Hart compared to last year. You're going to have to see, but they're going to have to ride a wave. They got no choice. Ace of Spades salute, says Zion headed for a fallout when New Orleans go get him. Something to monitor. Shout out Big Surge. Pels need a point guard. We need a wing. IQ for Herb Jones.
IQ for Trey Murphy. Let's try that one first.
Let's try that one, man. So, we will be back on Monday, man. We'll be back on Monday, man. It's Christmas. Post game don't stop. It'll be a rapid fire post game, but we'll be there, man.
Make sure you get your mac and cheese done early.
Oh yeah, mac and cheese will be done, man. What are you looking forward to this weekend, man?
I'm more of a dessert guy. Look, I'm looking forward to sweet potato pie. That's my thing.
Okay.
But I also got a ham that I'm ready to cook. I got ready to cook too. So I'm looking forward to making some ham too for the weekend, man. Got my family up here. You know, we're gonna do it big.
Big things. I'm hosting this year myself, man. So
there you go.
Big time bashment thing going on over here, man. I gotta go to the liquor store, get a bottle of some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Can't say the name because they don't sponsor the show, but it will be good and it will be a little higher than the top shelf. You know what I'm saying? You know,
will you be drinking it during post game win or lose?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. You know, when you go in the liquor store and they got the bottles behind them. We're going that type. Behind the glass. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. The ones you got to ask for. Like, let me get the 25. Yeah, let me get that one. Yeah. That's what
go get the key so I can go get this thing.
Yeah,
okay?
go get the key. Right. Exactly. So I got to go load up and get ready for it, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the weekend, everybody. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. And we'll see you Christmas Day, man. Al, great show. Peace.